Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Human Empowerment Experience. We are here for some inspiration and a kettlebell training workout with RKC certified kettlebell trainer Sensei David Hills.
And Coach Kendra McLaughlin.
And we're
I
here.
love his sidekick.
Thank you so much. And we're here to give you some inspiration on this Tuesday. Is it Tuesday?
Not a clue.
Tuesday morning. I know it's easy to lose track, isn't it? What day is it? Where are we? Okay, so the thing that I wanted to talk about this morning, and if you saw my post on Facebook, it has to do with the eyes. And it occurred to me the other day when we were out shopping that in these days and times when everybody's wearing a mask, what they're also doing, and I'm not saying anything, this isn't about the mask, but it is about human contact. And it is about acknowledging a human being that's near you or next to you. And what I've noticed is when we go shopping, not only do people have the masks on, but nobody wants to talk to anybody or look at anybody. Like nobody wants to look at each other. And obviously they're having to stay 6 feet away and all that stuff. But we're really missing out on. We gain so much through our eyes when we see things, but that's how we communicate with other humans, is through our eyes. If you're not looking at somebody in the eye when you're talking to them, you're missing their whole soul. And what I've discovered is that during these times particularly, and what we're actually teaching our young ones is to stay away from that person, don't talk to them, don't look at them, for God's sakes. And what we're missing and what's happening is the human connection through our eyes and communicating through our eyes. So what I do is I purposely, and people probably think I'm weird, like when we go shopping, when I look at somebody, I look at them in the eyes and I talk to them through my eyes, and that's how we communicate as humans, and we need that communication as humans. And we're really missing out on that with this whole COVID thing. So when you go out, the next time you go out, if you see someone that's, I don't know, just don't hide and don't shy away from other people. Make an effort to talk to somebody or say hello or look at them in the eyes and say hello and regain that human contact, not just for them, but for yourself as well. And I think it'll make a difference in your day. So having said that, I hope everybody's having a good morning. It's 6 a.m. here in the beautiful state of Maine. We are Eastern Standard Time, so it's nice and early. We come on Monday through Friday, and we also do.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, whether we like it or not. Many mornings, I will tell you, that we get up and we're like, whose bright idea was this, 6 a.m.? Because I get up actually at 4:30. But it is my favorite time of the day. It's the quiet time. Nobody else in the whole
world.
Yeah, at least in our neighborhood. Nobody's up yet.
No sane people anyway.
Right. And so it's my favorite time of the day. I have my friend Lori Beth Robbins, who actually, I think she gets up at 2:30, 3 o'clock. She actually starts cooking at that time. She is amazing. If you haven't looked up Lori Beth Robbins on Facebook, you need to do so. She is an amazing, amazing person inside and out. She's not for everybody. She's only for certain people, but you'll learn a lot from her. Wonderful, wonderful person. So check her out on Facebook. She's also a great cook and a wine connoisseur, and she does. I went to see her 3 speeches she did live, and she's just amazing, an amazing person. But what are we going to be learning this morning with Kettlebell, Sensei?
We're going to be. What are we working on today?
Yesterday you did the.
We're gonna go over some stuff about the shoulder today.
We're chuckling because somehow I managed to tweak my shoulder a little bit, and I think I slept on it a couple of days wrong. And then yesterday we had an impromptu celebration online for our mentor, and I was dancing in the living room with my red tambourine and got a little carried away and think I overdid it. And it was so much fun. I didn't even feel any pain, but I'm feeling it this morning. So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Okay, now I've gone over this a few times, but we're going to go over it again because this is really, really friggin' important. They didn't teach us how to use our bodies properly in school. This is one of the keys to it. Your shoulder, right? It's just one bone in your upper arm, and it connects to the scapula, right? Which is your shoulder blade. But the thing is, it's like a ball and socket joint, like your hip. It's analogous to the hip. But unlike the hip, see, the hip has a big, deep socket, and the head of the humerus, it fits in there and it doesn't come out. The shoulder joint has over time, according to some people, opened up and pulled away. And it operates with much greater mobility than your hip, right? But because of that, there's a trade-off in everything. We sacrificed stability for mobility through a process that the evolutionists call brachiation. Allegedly it's so that we could hang and swing through the trees better, right? But the problem is that means that this joint, although it is very mobile, isn't very stable. And so in order to stabilize it for heavy, heavy lifting, what we have to do is called seating the shoulder, which means you have to take all the little muscles that are around that have to fire and suck the head of the humerus into this thing called the glenoid fossa, which is just this, it's like the socket that it fits in. Now watch my arm. You see that? Watch the other one. They release and see if you can see the movement. They connect. If you try to pick something up without first seating the shoulders, you will tear your rotator cuff muscles. The rotator cuff muscles are the muscles that rotate the head of the humerus in the socket, right? If they are not fired, again, if they are not fired when you pick something up, you will hurt your shoulder. Maybe not this time, but eventually you will hurt it. So you must get in the habit of seating the shoulders. The sports people, like the football people, they say pull your shoulders back and down. Well, it's the same thing. Back and down, fired tight, seats the shoulders. They must remain that way throughout the exercise where you're putting weight on the shoulder. Once you set the weight down, release the shoulders.
Now, I can tell you that sometimes injury can happen when you're sleeping.
Absolutely.
So this happens to be the side that I naturally roll onto. It's my comfortable side, but I have done this before where at night I have laid on it a certain way on that muscle. And so I think that that's what ended up happening here, because you're not seating, you're sleeping. Yeah. You can't seat your shoulders when you're sleeping. It's just one of those things that happens. The correct thing to do, though, is to make sure that it's healed before you do anything else.
Right. And it's true. And the thing is that a small injury, a little tiny pull, you sleep on it and it exacerbates it tremendously.
It's very painful.
It's terribly painful. And the only way to get it to heal is to not do anything with it. You have to completely let it heal.
Yeah, that's the hard part for me.
Because I mean, just walking around, once it's injured, you're going to re-injure it picking up a salt shaker. Yeah. That's the problem. You have to let it heal. And
you mean I shouldn't be dancing in the living room with my red tambourine in the afternoon? Probably.
Is it a virtual tambourine?
No, it's a real one.
Okay, then no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's so much fun though for a minute
It's a dangerous tool.
Until last night. Yeah.
Okay, so today we're gonna work on, among other things, seating the shoulder. You're gonna be working on seating the shoulder with every single kettlebell exercise. We just talk about it. I see Roberto and Eric, Montoya,
Andy, Michael White,
Michael Wood,
Nicholas, Olivia, also be working out. You need to make sure to warm up. Yep.
Really the Great.
That's right. Nick, totally warm up. And we usually do a little bit of a warm up before we start. Definitely.
What did he say?
Warming up before you work out is important.
Yes, it is. Now, that being said, sometimes a lot of people that do kettlebell training, and Pavel, the guy that brought him here, his take on the warm-up is you don't need it. And what he basically meant was the kettlebell is not a heavy weight. You're lifting it with your whole body. You can do kettlebell swings or some gentle kettlebell exercises as your warm-up. So as long as all of the elements are proper, the warm-up happens just as a matter of doing things right, as a matter of course. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a little bit different because Nicholas happens to be a heavy weightlifter, so he thinks of a warm-up a little bit differently. So
well, what he's doing for a warm-up in general is starting with a very light weight and doing the same exercises.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. Because the kettlebell is already not a very heavy weight, the weight effectively increases by movement. It creates G-forces. At the bottom of your swing, my 35-pound kettlebell, on the way down, it's accelerating. At the bottom of the swing, I reverse its direction. The amount of G-forces that are being applied to that kettlebell can be 2 or 3 times the force of gravity, which means that kettlebell could weigh 75 or 100 pounds at the bottom of the swing when I reverse its direction.
But what we're saying is you can warm up by using a light kettlebell.
You can use a light kettlebell, or you can use your regular kettlebell. Just do it slowly. It is different.
That's different than what we're used to.
It is different than what you're used to, but I'm not asking you to do something the same as you've always done it. I'm asking you to learn kettlebell technique, which is different. Simple as that.
Very true.
Okay. Let's actually do a warm-up with the kettlebell. So, with the kettlebell between our feet, fold at the hip, sit back, grab the kettlebell, seat the shoulder. Stand by pressing into the foot. We're going to do 5. 2. Hips go back, knees are stationary. 3. 4. Go right ahead. 5. And all right, we're going to bring the kettlebell, orbiting it around our body. This right here, keep your shoulders seated. This is where a lot of people will just let their shoulders hang out. No, pull them back and down. Keep it seated throughout the exercise around the body.
I love this one because it looks like you're not using your body at all, but I know just from experience, he's using his entire core on this, and you actually use your toes, because you're gripping with your toes. The body, this simple thing that you do.
Bring a little closer. Now you're going to use your body. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it. You're going to use your hips. This hand is up to your shoulder. Bring it up. Stalling at the shoulder. Now at this point, you should be able to take this hand away. Elbow is in close to your body. Swing it. Hoisted back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands again. Overhead. 1, 2, all the way to lockout. 3, 4, 5. Change hands. 1, 2. Keep the momentum going. 3. Don't let it stop. 4, 5. Set it down. Now check in with yourself. Are you warm? Your body's started to heat up. The joints are starting to warm. Breathing is going. I've just done kettlebell exercises. Now I'm completely warmed up. Not completely, but for the most part. Okay, moving to our legs. We're going to start with our calves. So bring the kettlebell to the rack position. Point your feet straight ahead. Lifting up onto the toe. 1, 10. Change to the other side. Point your feet out. 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Nicely done. Little adjustment.
Little adjustment here. All right, let me see if we can move yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got a few people on Instagram, so hopefully
Instagram people.
that you're here with us today.
I heard about those Instagram people.
And kettlebell training is a lot different than just average lifting. It uses connective tissue of your body.
It is a different mindset for sure.
And yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna work on the forearm. So bring the kettlebell to the rack position. You can take this other hand and put it under your elbow or not. Put it on your side is fine. Keep the elbow tucked in close. The ball should come towards you and then to the front. Rotating around the ulna. Change hands. Boy, coming from a 16 to a 20 is a huge difference. 2, I know.
Good work.
8. All right. Whew, that was excellent. So we're going to move on. We're going to do some full body now. We're going to do the long cycle. Swing to the rack and press. One hand. 5 on each side. Here we go. Now, one more thing I want to show you. A lot of times people, they get the swing to the rack, but when it comes to pressing overhead, you do the same thing. This is your swing motion, right? You're going to transfer this motion into the kettlebell going straight overhead. Once that gets to a certain point where you can't go any further, you'll need to do something a little bit different, which is you push to get it going and then kick them back again to straighten the arm, right? This is something that's going to take a little while to get, but you already do it. If you take something heavy and you're going to put it on the top shelf, you go, you put it on your shoulder, and then you go, put it on the very top. This is the same. The key is to getting your arm to lock out. Let's try it. Grab the kettlebell, swing it to the rack. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Sit back into the hip, press it overhead. Return, swing, rack, 2, change hands. Five more on each side. Change hands. 1. Change hands. Good. We'll move on to the legs. Into the thighs. Do some lunges. Swing your kettlebell to the rack. Take the other hand, wrap it around. Now holding on to it with 2 hands. Stepping forward in a lunge. Come back. 1. Now watch what happens. I'm going to take a step too long. You see how it's now incorrect on my back leg? This is a front leg exercise, not back leg. Pushing your heel. 4 more. 1. 2. Change hands. Step into the other leg. Did I do that leg? There's 5, do 5 more.
Oh, this is the hard part for me. I want to be working out. So to give you some tips too, if you ever get injured or you're sick, really what you need to do is take a step back for yourself, start at the basics, take care of yourself, and just stay present in your day in terms of what you're doing for you, and just kind of dialing it back a bit. That can be difficult for empowered people like yourself or myself, and it is difficult. I actually have to work at that, but it is extremely important in order to recover from any kind of illness or injury or anything like that, that you take care of yourself. So, like I said, for people that are motivated and are used to working out on a regular basis, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's very, very important.
So here's a healing tip for you guys. When I went to school for massage therapy, it was at the Florida Institute of Natural Health, and my certificate program was in massage and hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy, hey, Carrie Walker, hydrotherapy is huge. Water is not what we think it is. It's so much more than what we think it is. And there's some healing aspects of it with the body that are just so underrated by today's medical professionals. I've only met a couple that have a clue in regards to this, or at least implement it. They don't. What it is contrast baths, right? Heat, hot water, followed by cold water, followed by hot water, followed by cold water. Like Kendra has a shoulder injury. Put it in the shower, put the water as cold as you can, and let it go right on the injury. Let it sit there as long as you can stand it. Turn it to hot. Get it as hot as it can. Put it right on the same spot until you can't stand it. Then go back to cold, then hot, then cold. Do that a few times. Every blood vessel, which your whole freaking body is a web of these vessels. Your lymphatic vessels, your blood vessels, all of them, all the tissue expands with the heat and contracts with the cold. And it's like a giant pump, and it pumps all of the fluids through whatever it is that's being affected by the heat and the cold. So this, what they call vasodilation and vasoconstriction, right? Vaso is just vascular, right? Vascular dilation and constriction will dramatically increase the speed of your recovery, no matter what your injury is. So there it is.
Guess what I'm doing this morning?
Guess what Kendra's doing this morning?
Oh boy, oh boy.
All right, guys.
It's Wednesday.
It is.
Is it Wednesday? Did I say it was Tuesday
Yeah,
earlier?
you guys just said it was Tuesday.
Oh wow.
Please get with it.
It's hard to keep track of the days when you're leading the kind of lifestyle that we are, which is a freedom lifestyle. That means that we are not tied to the clock. We make our own schedule pretty much. So I forget what day it is. But anyway, so happy that you joined us this morning. I hope you got some really good information. I hope you're using your kettlebell and working out with us. You will start to see a change in your body as you work out with us. It takes a few weeks, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it. particularly as you age. David is 52, I'm 58, and our goal is longevity and to be able to do things. I have grandkids. I was inviting my grandson over to play volleyball. My grandmother didn't invite me over to play volleyball when I was 17. So things have changed in the world. As elders, as you age, you want to make sure that you're able to move and do the things that you want to do. Hence, I will be resting and doing the cold shower, hot shower thing on my injury this morning. But anyway, sending all of you. Are we done?
We're done for today. We're done. You guys have had enough.
Got enough of us. Sending all of you love, joy, peace, happiness, and especially abundance. And also sending a special peaceful healing energy to all of those in the world today who are suffering, in the hopes that they find some peace in their day today. Setting our intentions too for a beautiful day today, productive, spending time with friends and family. Don't forget to try looking at the people that you're talking with in the eyes, even if they try to avoid you. Look at them. I mean, you can't smile through the mask. I guess you can smile. Your eyes will smile, but get some human contact. Don't shy away from other people. We need that human contact.
And even if they're not smiling under the mask, just pretend that they're smiling under the mask.
You should see me at the grocery store. I'm like, hello. And everybody's like, but we need that human contact for our own growth and sanity and just for our own lives. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow morning. It'll be Thursday morning at 6 a.m.
It will. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Bring your kettlebell.
For the Human Empowerment Experience.
If not, we're going to knock you back into Monday.
Right.
All right.
Bye, guys. Love you.